So hey, what's up guys, Riotbox here and welcome back to our MotoGP 18 career mode. Here we are then for the brand new season, doing MotoGP from the start. So we've got an opportunity here to sort of develop the bike a bit. I mean, we've been upgrading the brakes a lot recently, so I don't think I want to do any more to the brakes. Traction and power could be a good one. Power might be useful because it's not too bad through the corners. Improve the bike's stability, improves sort of roughness. We've got the frame, increases rate of descent, and makes the bike react faster when steering. I'll go for engine. We'll go for engine power. I think that's something we're probably lacking a little bit, so we'll develop the power. So let's get into the next weekend, which is going to be Qatar, of course. So because it's a brand new season, we're going to be doing one race per episode. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to whack it up to say, do I want to do, yeah, we'll do 35% for now. See how we get on. If it's too long, we'll switch it to 25%, 25%, 35%. We'll go 35% and we'll see how we get on then. So obviously this is all the settings going for 100% difficulty, qualifying and the race. So let's get into qualifying then. Here we are then, qualifying. This is qualifying one, of course, so let's get into it. You can see coming into the garage, and the lighting looks really nice at these street circuits. So what I want to do at some point is actually do some setup changes and stuff like that. So what I'm going to do is skip into qualifying a bit, and we'll head out then. And we'll see how we do with the lap, we'll see how the bike is, and then we'll see whether we need to make any changes to the bike setup or anything like that. So look at the lovely reflections off of the rider here. The nighttime graphics are incredible. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do this lap. You see, Espargaro is set at 53.2. So I wonder which Espargaro that is. Is that our teammate or is it the one on the Aprilia? I don't know yet. So let's do this opening lap then and see how we get on. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to let this rider through and we'll sit on the back of him. It's Jack Miller, so he should do a decent time. He's got a chance of getting through qualifying, but we'll have to wait and see. So I'm going to sit in behind him. I'm going to follow some of his lines for a bit, and maybe we'll pick up a bit of slipstream at the start of our next lap. So as you can see, yeah, this lap, I've pretty much written off this lap by sitting in behind Jack Miller. But let's see if we can stick with him, and by following him, we'll be able to set the same time of lap time as him as we get out wide a little bit. I need to get back onto the back of him before we start the next lap. Of course, we've still got a ways to go in this lap, but let's skip on to the start of the next lap then. Here we are then, coming around the final corner. We've got Jack Miller as a benchmark here, but we're a bit far off of him really to pick up any slipstream or anything like that. But here we are then, going to be starting our first flying lap, so let's see how we get. So as you can see, coming through the first sector, we are a 10th up, well, a 10th under the time set by Espargaro. Still got a ways to go, so I mean, other riders are going to set faster laps. I know that. If Lorenzo's down here in Q1, he will set a faster lap, I guarantee it. But we're closing in on Jack Miller then, so let's see how the rest of this lap goes then. So here we are then, going to come around the final corner. As you can see, Syrene's just gone faster, so I'm expecting the times to start to tumble now as we come in towards more of the middle of the session now. So about 6-7 minutes to go. How is our lap time? We were under the time, but what is it now? We are, yes we are, we've gone quickest, and I think that might be enough to get ourselves into the next session. So let's finish off this session.
What you can see on your screens now,
and yes, it was indeed half a second up on Sirene, so that is a good qualifying time for us. You can see we're in the polls there. Look at that. Only 25% of people think that we're the best KTM Red Bull rider, so that is pretty interesting. So if we manage to take pole position on this KTM around here at Qatar, that would be good. I mean, we've upgraded the bike quite a bit. We've just added a bit of power onto it, and I've noticed it's a bit more punchier out of the corners. So we'll have to wait and see how we get on in qualifying. Made it into Q2. I'm going to skip on in. I mean, we were in the 52s. I'm going to skip more to the end of the session. 52.7. So we did actually go quicker than Marquez. So we could be in with a chance here. 52.5 from Valentino. Right, I'm going to head out right at the end of the session and see if we can set a half decent lap for 52.5. So our previous time in the previous qualifying session was around that time. So we've got a shot at pole position in our first race. I mean, this is on 100% difficulties, you know, you saw it at the start. Just Qatar seems to be one of those good tracks for us, and we've developed the bike a bit more. We've got 2 upgrades on the brakes, we've got an upgrade on the engine now, and we've got plenty more development to come with this bike. So let's see how we get on then on this flying lap. Come through sector 1 then, we are underneath by almost 2/10 underneath the time of Valentino, so let's see if we can hold it for the rest of the lap then. So now we are 1.7, well 0.17 above the time of Valentino through the second sector split then. So let's see what we can do towards the end of the lap. I was a lot quicker towards the end of the lap than the AI on the last qualifying session, so let's see how we get on then. See, now we're 2/10 under the time of Valentino, so right on the money here as we get out a little bit wide, coming around the final few corners then into turn 15. A lovely amount of pace taken around turn 15. So we've got Siren as a bit of a benchmark, and we have been catching him over the last few corners. So let's see what we can do. We might pick up a tiny bit of slipstream as well. We've obviously got the upgraded engine as well, so let's see what we can do on the KTM. Is it going to be pole position as we come across the line? Oh, it's pole position. No, it isn't. Why has it gone red? Why has it gone red if it isn't pole position? What am I doing? I've slowed down as well. So we're actually only in 6th place. So we lose it all in the last part of the lap. I don't know where my time went then. So because I backed off in at the first corner, I'm going to be down on time. And this is going to be our final lap. So I might have screwed myself over here. We're going to have to push like crazy as we get out wide there. See, we're 2/10 up now. So we're 2/10 up on, no, down on the time that we need. I'm getting confused here. So this lap is probably gone out the window. We'll have to wait and see how we get on through the next few sectors, if we can reel it in. And oh, I've gone deep, and no, that's going to be it from us from qualifying. That is so annoying. Oh, but a good session though, good fun as well. So in 7th place, really good for the KTM. I will take that. So let's get into the race. So here we are then on the grid. You can see on the grid, loving it on the we're halfway through the grid really, so we're about what, 6th place, 7th place I think it was in the end. Valentino went quicker, so did Marquez. Everyone upped their lap times towards the end. So what we're going to do, we're going to go onto the tyre compound, and I'm going to keep it on softs as you can see, and let's get into the race then. 35% race, which is about 8 laps I think it is, about 8 laps or so. So we're here for a long race ahead of us. I might switch it down to 25% rather than 35%. You have to let me know what you think in the comments. But here we are then for the Qatar Grand Prix. Let's see how we get on. The graphics look incredible around Qatar. They look really nice. So here we are then, front of the 3rd row of the grid. So a nice starting place. And if we can hook onto the back of the front runners, we might get a decent shot at a podium here as we get a decent run off of the line. You can see we get an incredible start, and Dovi gets an amazing start as well. We come into 1st place at turn 1, but we're out wide. We brake really late. Valentino got an awful start, and both Suzukis have punched him out wide, and he's had an awful start and gone backwards, and now we just slotted in front of us, but we've now dropped back position, so we're in 8th place. So overall, we've lost a position, and we're ramming into the back of Valentino there as he's got nowhere to go. So hopefully these soft tyres, as he tries to come up the inside, we've gone flying up the inside there. I did not mean to do that at all. I was battling with Valentino, and then the brakes just don't work on this KTM. Even though we've upgraded them, they still feel a bit so plenty more upgrades to come onto the brakes, but I want to start upgrading the engine and sort of the aero package and the suspension and stuff like that. So after a very aggressive start, we are now in 5th place, so a decent start. Very good launch off the line. I've always had good launches off the line on this game. And so we lose out to both Suzukis. Can we get Alex Rins back around the outside? That's not going to work, is it? So the Suzuki's looking sharp at the start of this season. Come around turn 10 then. So it's a 7-lap race around here, not a 6-lap race. Not an 8-lap race, sorry. So, onto the back of Rins then. Where are we going to be able to get Alex Rins? Might have to sit in behind him for a little bit and just see where we're quicker and try and work out where we can overtake. We've got Valentino behind us who'll be doing exactly the same to us. He's half a second back though, so he's dropped off the pace massively. So the Yamaha seems to struggle when it comes to its race pace around here. And Vinales just Vinales is now behind Valentino as we're coming into the final corner, out a little bit wide. We should be able to get on the power a little bit earlier, and it's okay. We got away with it. So Valentino's about half a second behind. We're about half a second behind Rins. So this could make for an interesting race, as Zarco is leading the way and sets the fastest lap of the race. So that is incredible stuff from Zarco coming to turn number 1 then. We're doing okay, so we're sticking with the Suzuki's. It's only the first lap, so we'll have to wait and see how our pace is over the rest of the lap, as we're getting all over the... Oh my god, man, these mistakes, and that allows Valentino up the inside. He's clean through on us, and we're now in a Yamaha sandwich. Oh, Vinales, you're not coming through on us too. So after that mistake through the first sector, getting all over the curbs, we've now dropped into 8th place, so gone backwards in this race by 1 position. So let's see if we can get Valentino back. Should be able to. The Suzuki's looking good in race spec round here, but it's all about sticking with Valentino. See if we can use him. Maybe he's got a bit more pace in the locker and we can latch onto the back of him and he'll catch up to the Suzuki's. I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see what happens over the rest of this lap, as we're out wide. Turn 10's a killer for me, and Vinales is up the inside, and that's it. We're dropped down to 9th place now, and look how much time we've lost. This KTM not working in the race. If we get a top 10 for the KTM, that'd be a brilliant result, especially at a track like this where obviously we're down on power compared to everyone else. But we'll have to wait and see what happens. Look how wide we're getting. I don't know what's going on with me on this lap. Oh man, bottling it. Who's behind us now? Dani Pedrosa on the Repsol Honda. So that's not good for him. Not a great position for him. Come around the final corner then. Right, this is a lap to forget. So we need to pump in some good lap times now and see if we can reel them in. You can see we've got a bit of a pack going on behind us. Zarco 52 flat. He's still leading the way from Marquez and Dovi, so that's good for him. Vinales is now 8.5 tenths ahead of us. I think maybe we can close them in around the first few corners. Oh, look how wide we are. Struggling with the first sector. Come on. Got Crutchlow behind us as well. He's going to be looking to get through. So this KTM really struggling with race pace. We are qualifying 1 lap pace, but consistent performance is something we're lacking as Crutchlow, trying to find a way round where there just isn't. Coming through turn 6, about a little bit wide on the curb a little bit, and Crutchlow just powers past us. This Honda obviously much more agile than ours as we come up the inside, back up the inside turn 7 and back into 9th place. I do really want to get a top 10 on this KTM. Keeping it ahead then of Cal Crutchlow. You see that little spaceship thing over there? Obviously it's not a spaceship, but it looks pretty cool in the distance, whatever it is, if anyone knows what it is. It's probably a building as we get out wide there, and now comes, oh, Petrucci trying to get round us. Look at them all. We're being swamped. When you're being swamped like that, you just don't know what to do, and we've dropped outside the top 10, which isn't good at all. So our race pace around Qatar in this KTM we're struggling with, and now we're going to lose out to Dani Pedrosa. And where are our teammates? They're way back there, so they're having a bit of a nightmare as well with this KTM bike. Very late on the brakes into turn number 1 then. And the Aprilia, man. The Aprilia are sort of our rivals right now. They're a similar level of bike, so we want to keep it ahead of them as Jack Miller just nerfs us out. What is it with the AI that just nerf you out? Trying to get up the inside of them. Oh my god, Redding, we're getting all over the curb, hopping over the curb. What is going on? It's bloody nightmare going on around here. Bloody nightmare, I tell you that. So getting all out of shape. Oh, they're just nerfing us out wide. They'll stick their nose up and nerf us out. So if we do it to Dani Pedrosa, oh, we've run wide, so nerfing him out isn't good. That has not worked at all, and look how much time we've lost. We're now dropping down into the lower regions of the point. So after an amazing start, now we've got Nakagami all over us, and he's nerfed us out as well. And someone's clipped the back of us there. Oh, we're in 15th place. Right, I really need to get my head down, concentrate what we're doing here. I don't think the AI have tyre wear either, which is really annoying on these longer races. Coming into the final corner up wide again. Who's this up our inside now? Oh my god, it's Bautista. That's annoying. Look, we've got no power compared to that Ducati. Give us your slipstream, mate. Nakagami's gone. We're fighting for the lower regions of the points. This KTM, I can tell you, I just want to get rid of this bike. And look at this, we're losing out left, right and centre. Down to 17th place. How did we have good pace in qualifying? Now in the race, it's just gone to absolute tits. Getting over the curb, come on. I'm not finishing lower than 15th. We can cover the inside of Espargaro. There we go, very late on the brakes, job done. Oh, he's coming back at us. No, he isn't. Yes, he is. No, he isn't. Yes, he is. How do they corner like that? Oh, no, we're out wide. We've gone deep, trying to dive it up the inside. God's sake. All over the place in this race. This is the thing. You lose your rhythm, you lose your head, and then it's like, ah. Oh. And now we're all over the curve for some reason. As soon as one's through on you, everyone else is through on you, and everyone's pushing me everywhere. Like, fuck off. Right, Espargaro. Where are we going to get him? If we're going to get him. Qatar, tough track. We did alright in qualifying. It's the middle sector. It's an absolute killer. Well, the second sector is an absolute killer. Obviously we're in the third sector right now, which seems to be okay for me. Just that middle sector. This corner is a bit of a killer as well, turn 15. Got a right queue behind us, and our teammates are struggling. You can see them right at the back of the grid. So I'd say we're probably on the worst bike on the grid as we're getting out wide. Come on. There's just no front end grip on this car, on this bike. Right. Lap 6 then. 2 laps to go. Need to start improving the suspension and the aero. Get back at Bautista. Fighting back with our wheel spinning KTM. Oh, that's it. I'm going to nerf him out of the way because that's all they do to us. Oh, let's go. Getting all over the curb. Just trying to... You can tell I'm pushing like mad because I'm getting all over the curb. Just trying to pull the bike down as quickly as possible. Oh, turn 6, I do it every lap. Everything Vinales is working his way up the order, so we have literally gone backwards. Where have my 153s from qualifying gone? Oh, the rear. Set my 153s again, we'll be alright, but I think the tyres are too far gone for that. Get the rear one as well. Just no forgiveness on this KTM. I cannot wait to move team. Going to be quite vocal about it. Do want to move team, definitely. I ain't bothered about developing this bike anymore. This race is completely putting me off it. It's alright in qualifying, it's just the race. Oh, look at that through there. We lost so much time to Bautista. Espargaro. How wide we get out the final corner? How can it just understeer like that? So bad, the understeer. Right, what's our lap time? I bet it's a 55. Oh my god, that's awful lap time. Come on. Final lap time. Let's see what we can do on the final lap. Oh, I've gone a bit quiet now. Just try and concentrate on this final lap. Come on. Pulling it around turn 5. Oh, lots of wheel spin there. Turn 6. See, look how much time we lost into there. We've got a massive queue of bikes behind us trying to get through on us as we run deep into turn 7. We get away with it though because we pull it down for a earlier apex. Get lots of pace into there. Come through turn 9, a little bit wide. Wider than you'd like, into turn number 8. Well, turn 10, I mean. Come on! Let's push this little KTM. Push it, push it. I'm thinking about doing 25% races instead of 35%. I don't like the fact that we get loads of tyre wear and then the AI don't really get any at all. Come on. Around the final few corners. This is a killer. Turn 15. And you can see the KTMs are in dead stone last behind us. So, a bit of proof that this bike is terrible for race pace around here. We're able to push it in qualifying. I mean, what lap time are we doing now? That was a bit of a better lap, but what is it? A 52, 3, 4, 4, 7. It's a bit of a better lap, but still terrible. Whoa, got my sweat on that game, that race. 16th, I think that's 1 point. I think that is 1 point. Yay, 1 point, just what you want. Yeah, look, KTM. And then we managed to get 16th place. So if we take a look at the points, Zarco leading the championship, and we have 0 points. I thought we might have got 1 at least. So KTM, we've now fallen behind 3 points behind Aprilia, and you can see Yamaha 5th, Tech 3 a second. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Ducati leading the way then on the team rankings. We achieved our objective, which is good. That's good. But yeah, that's going to do it. Oh, so the team think we did fantastic. That was an absolute struggle for me. I was absolutely hating it. But yeah, I hope you did enjoy this episode. If you did, remember to give it a like. If you're excited for the whole new season coming your way, then do let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and we'll see you in the next one.